Hello students, we are now on exercise 2.1, problem number 1. Here we can see that you are given line RP and line MS. These two lines are parallel to each other, as you can see. DK is the transversal, angle DHP is 85 degree. So these are all given to us. This is given to us, this is given to us, this is given to us. What are we supposed to find? We are supposed to find RHD, PHG, angle HGS and angle MGK. These are the four things we are supposed to find. Now how do we find it? Let's see. So we will say solution. Solution. In the solution we will say line RP is parallel to line MS. And what is the reason? Given. It is given to us. Okay. And line DK is the transversal. It's the transversal. Reason for both is given. Now, what is the next statement? Therefore, now since it is parallel, since these two lines are parallel, what is the shape getting formed between this angle and this angle here, this angle? What is the shape getting formed? See, I'll show you the shape. What is the shape? See, if I have to mark, so what is the shape that we get? You have got F shape, correct? So F shape means corresponding angle. So you will say therefore measure angle DHP is equal to measure angle HGS. Reason is very important, corresponding angle property. Corresponding angle property. Okay, I have written this in a short form. Corresponding angle property. Let me rub it out and write it again. Corresponding angle property. Alright, fine. Now, so we have got therefore measure angle HGS is going to be how much? 85 degree. Why 85 degree? Because if these two are equal and this is 85, then even this is going to be 85. So HGS is also 85 degrees. So you've got one answer, you've got one angle. Now let's go to other angles. Let's see how we can find them. Okay, since you have got this now, this you have got it as 85. What is the relation between these two? What kind of relation do they have? Have you heard? Have you listened? Have you seen this before? Yes. Where? Vertically opposite angles. You have two intersecting lines. This angle and this angle becomes vertically opposite angle pair. This angle and this angle is another vertically opposite angle pair, right? So right now we will consider these two because that is what is asked. So we will say statement number 4, we will say also angle HGS is congruent to angle MGK. What is the reason? The reason is vertically opposite angles are congruent. Okay, that's the reason. Next, therefore, now this HGS is 85 we just found out, so therefore MGK will also be, therefore measure angle MGK is also equal to 85 degrees. So you got the second angle as well. So you've got two angles now. Alright? Now there are two remaining. One is this and one is this. Right? Now, between this 85 and this, what is the relation? What is the relation between these two? You see there is a straight line and there is a common arm, and these two are neighbors of each other. So, what kind of angles are they? They are angles in a linear pair. Alright? So, we will say, now, measure angle DHP, measure angle DHP plus measure angle PHG, PHG is equal to 180 degrees, and the reason is angles in a linear pair. Linear pair. Therefore, now it is simple substitution. Therefore, 85 degrees plus measure angle PHG is equal to 180 degrees. Therefore, measure angle PHG is equal to 180 degrees minus 85 degrees, which is equal to 95 degrees. 95 degrees. So you got statement number 8. You got one more answer. You got PHG as 95 degrees. Clear? So finally, what are we getting? We are saying this is 85 because of corresponding. We are saying this is also 85 because it is vertically opposite to this. We are saying this is 95 degree because they are angles in a linear pair. And now what is the relation between these two? The relation between these two is vertically opposite angles. So we can find that also. We will say statement number 9 I will write down here. I have some space here. Let me write down here. We will say also measure angle DHR is equal to, or instead of saying measure, we will say angle DHR is congruent to angle DHR, congruent to PHG. Yeah, why? Because they are forming vertically opposite angles. Vertically opposite angles are congruent. Okay, that's the reason. This is the reason. Vertically opposite angles are congruent. So angle DHR is congruent to angle PHG because vertically opposite angles are congruent, and therefore you can say therefore measure angle DHR, okay, is equal to, this is 95, so that one is also going to be 95. Okay, so that gives you the last one. Clear? So we have found out all 4 answers. Now you'll have to write the 4 answers together. Measure angle RHD is this. Measure angle HGS is this. Measure angle PHG is this. And measure angle MGK is this. So how much is RHD? RHD we just now got 95 degrees. PHG we had got as 95 degrees. HGS we had got as 85 degrees. And MGK also we got as 85 degrees. So that finishes the problem number 1. Okay, so this is the final answer. That's the final answer. Okay, now we go to the problem number 2. So we will go to now exercise 2.1, problem number 2. Okay, what all things are we given? Let us see what all things are we given. See, this is what we are given. We are given that measure, this is 110, this is 115, angle A, angle B, angle C and angle D, and you're supposed to find what is the measure of angle A, measure of angle B, measure of angle C and measure of angle D. This is what we have to find. Okay. Now, how do we find that? Let's see. Whenever you are solving such problems, select the parallel lines first. Look at the lines which are parallel. So, supposing here line P is parallel to line Q. That's what we are given. So, what are we given? We are given that line P is parallel to line Q. Given. Okay, that's the statement number 1. We are given that line P is parallel to line Q. Now next, if line P is parallel to line Q, there are two transversals, but you will consider one at a time. Okay, whenever you want to solve a problem, consider one at a time. Alright, now what will we do now? We will say, okay, let us consider these two parallel lines and let us consider this as the transversal. So if we consider that as the transversal, we will have angle A plus 110. What is the relation? Straight line, common arm, neighbors of each other. So what is the relation? Linear pair. So then we will say that these are angles in a linear pair. Okay. So if this is 110, this is going to be 70 degrees. Why? Because the total has to be 180 angles in a linear pair. So the total has to be 180 degrees. Now, how much is this going to be? So to find out that, you will first need to get this. You will need this first. Right? Now, what is the relation between these two? What is the shape getting formed? What is the shape getting formed? What is the shape? C shape. C shape means what kind of relation? Interior angle relation. Interior angle means this plus this is going to be 180. So this is 110, this is 180 minus 110, which is 70 degrees. Interior angle property. Alright? Then, if this is 70, these two are having vertically opposite angle relation. So this is going to be 70 degrees. Alright? We will say mark an angle P. Or P is already there here. So mark an angle R or S or T. So we'll say mark an angle T as shown. So we will assume the measure of this as T. We find out T as 70 and then we say T and B are vertically opposite. So that's going to be 70 as well. Now let's come back to this one. Here, two parallel lines. Now consider this transversal. So when you consider that as a transversal, what is the relation between these two? Neighboring angles? Linear pair. So 115 plus D is 180. So what will be D? 180 minus 115 and that gives you 65. That gives you 65. Alright? So angles in a linear pair, this gives you 65 degree. Now let's go to this one. This 115 and this angle C, what relation does it form? What kind of relation do they have? Let's see what shape is getting formed here. This is angle C and then 115. The 115 angle is this. So what is the shape? What is the shape? What is the shape? F shape. So it is corresponding angle, and the corresponding angle property, if this is 115, then this also is 115. Why? Because corresponding angles are congruent. We know that. Clear? And that is how we have got the measure of each and every angle. Okay? Fine. Now let's solve one by one. We will say, look at the solution now. So let's look at the solution now. So the solution says line P is parallel to line Q given to us. Therefore, now this is 110. What is this going to be? Consider angle T as shown in the figure. Okay, you have shown angle T in the figure, right? You will say with line L as the transversal, if line L is going to be the transversal, then 110 degree plus T should give you 180 degrees. Why? Which shape is getting formed? I had explained you 110 and 70. What is the shape getting formed? C shape. C shape means interior angle property. So interior angle property. Alright. So by interior angle property, 110 degree plus T degree is equal to 180 degrees. That is interior angle property. Alright. Now, if this is 70, then vertically opposite relation. We know angle T is equal to angle P. Why? Vertically opposite relation. Sorry, angle B. Angle P is equal to angle B. Why? Vertically opposite angles are congruent. Vertically opposite angles are congruent. Alright? So angle T is equal to angle B. Therefore, measure angle B is going to be equal to also 70 degrees. Alright? So you got B as 70 degrees and you had got here, therefore T is equal to 180 degree minus 110 degrees. Therefore, T is equal to 70 degrees. So here you get T, here you get B. Alright? Now next, let us look at the next. So next now we will say, what is A? So we will say statement number 6. Measure angle A plus 110 degree is equal to 180 degrees because they are angles in a linear pair. Angles in a linear pair. Okay? Therefore, measure angle A is equal to 180 degree minus 110 degree. So measure angle A is equal to 70 degrees. Right? Fine. Measure angle A is equal to 70 degrees. Okay. Now, so you have B as 70 degree, you have A as 70 degree. Now you go to the line below and you will find out the others. So how do you find? Now, line consider the transversal line M on line P and line Q. Okay, so now we are considering transversal line M on the line P and Q. What is the relation between C and 115? So you can say measure angle C plus 115 degree. Measure angle C is congruent to 115 degree. Right? Why? So now if you look at here, C and 115, what relation is that? F shape. So you will say angle C is equal to 115 degree. Why? Corresponding angle property. Corresponding angle property. Alright, so you've used corresponding angle property to say that C is 115. Now, what is the relation between this 115 and this D? You have a straight line, you have a common arm, neighbors, so it's going to be linear pair. So, linear pair means you will say, now measure angle D plus 115 is equal to 180. Why? Angles in a linear pair. Angles in a linear pair. Yeah? So, you've got D plus 115 is 180 degrees. So, what will you get? Therefore, let me rub this part. So, you will get 11th statement. Therefore, D is equal to 115 minus 180 minus 115. Therefore, D is equal to 65 degrees. Okay. So, D is equal to 180 minus 115, which gives you 65 degrees. Alright, so final answer. What is the measure of A? Angle A is equal to this, angle B is equal to this, angle C is equal to this, angle D is equal to this. So D is 65, C is 115, angle A is 70 degrees, and angle B also is 70 degrees. This T you don't have to write because the T is for your understanding. You cannot get B without getting T, and that is why you had to use T. Okay, that was the purpose. Fine? Alright. So, what was the catch in the problem? The catch in the problem was select the parallel line and select one transversal at a time. Select L as the transversal, do everything pertaining to L. Forget that there is M, forget that there is another transversal M. Then select the second transversal, forget that there is L, and now only consider M and solve the problem. Yeah, that is the way you have to tackle such problems where you have got two transversals. Okay, fine. So now we will come to exercise 2.1, problem number 3. We are now doing problem number 3. Here we are given two parallel lines, N and P, L and M. So two parallel lines. A, B, C is what we have to find out. This angle T we have inserted inside because without that you will not be able to get A, B and C. Alright. So you are saying M, line L is parallel to M given, line N is parallel to P given. We are supposed to find A, B, C. Solution. First, consider angle T as shown. As shown. So consider angle T as shown. Okay. Now what happens? Angle T is as shown. Now what happens? So you will say T has got a relation with 45 provided you consider the parallel lines L and M. So with line L parallel to line M. Okay, line L parallel to M, and who's the transversal? You will consider line P as the transversal, and transversal as line P. So who is acting like a transversal here? In our case, L and M are parallel lines and line P is the transversal. So we are saying with line L parallel to line M and transversal as line P. What can we say? We can say the 45 degree angle is congruent to, is equal to angle T. Why? Because What is the relation between the 45 degree and the t degree? Corresponding angle property. Corresponding angle property. Right? Because the lines are parallel, so you can use the property. You can use this property of corresponding interior and alternate only when the lines are parallel, otherwise you cannot. Okay? So we have got measure angle T is equal to 45 degree. Now just imagine you have got this as 45 degree. Just imagine you have got this as 45 degree. Now everything is so simple. How? This 45 degree is forming linear pair with this B. So this will be 180 minus 45. This B is forming vertically opposite with A. So they will be congruent. So whatever is the measure of B is going to be the measure of A. This A and this C are also having a relation. What is that relation? What is the relation between A and C? Z shape. Alternate. So A will be congruent to C by alternate angle property, and so you will get C also. Are you understanding? Could you see that? So this is how we are going to approach the problem. Now that we have got P as 45 degree, with this now finding these become very simple. Now we will say statement number 2. Now this T and this A are in linear pair relationship. Okay, or this T and this B is also linear pair relationship. So let's take D and B. Right? Now angle T plus angle B is equal to 180 degrees. This is linear pair. Angles in a linear pair. Linear pair. Therefore, angle T is equal to 180 degrees minus, what is T? Sorry, measure angle B is equal to 180 degree minus angle T, which is 180 degree minus 45, which is equal to 135. 135. So you got angle B as, so you're getting angle B as 135 degrees. That's angle B. Right? Now, once you get this angle B as 135 degrees, now this and this are vertically opposite relation. Right? So let's do that. Now, angle A is congruent to angle B. Why? Vertically opposite angles. Vertically opposite angles are congruent. That is why. Because these two are forming vertically opposite. So what will be A? So therefore A is going to be also 135 degrees. So you have got A also. So you got B here, you got A here. Okay, you got B, you got A. Alright, so you have got B, you got A. Now your turn is to find out C. So how to find out C? Let me use this space here. So how to find out C? Now C is going to be statement number 5. The relation between A and C is alternate. So I will say angle A is congruent to angle C. The reason is alternate angle property. Alternate angle property. Therefore, and alternate angle property, which what as a transversal? The transversal is same line M. So who's the transversal when you are considering this? The transversal is line M, and the lines are parallel lines are P and N. So considering, you should write that. Considering line M as the transversal. Remember, this reason is very important. You have to write such reasons. You have to write the complete reason. Otherwise, you will not get full marks. Okay. So what is the reason? What is the reason? The reason is alternate angle property considering line M as the transversal. Okay. Now, so You already have A as 135, so you get C. So therefore angle C is also equal to 135. So you get angle C. So what is the final answer now? The final answer, angle A is this, angle B is this, angle C is this. So C is 135. Angle A you have found out as 135. And angle B is also 135. Oh, is it? 135, 135, 135. Yes. All three are 135. Okay? Okay. So now we will go to exercise 2.1, problem number 5. Let's see. So problem number 5 says that you have a problem number 5 says you have got a parallel line and you have got a transversal. This is the transversal. So AB, the name is AB, line AB, this is line CD, then you have this as P, this point is R, this point is T, and this point is Q. Okay? Now, line AB is parallel to line CD we are given. So we are given that this line AB is parallel to this line CD and this is the transversal. You are given the measure of this as 105 degree. That is angle BRT is 105 degree. And then you are asked how much is ART? How much is ART? You are also wanting to find how much is DTQ. DTQ. You also are wanting to find CTQ. CTQ. And PRB. And PRB. Okay, so this is what you have to find. Now let's see how to find out. It's very simple. Since there is only one line parallel, it's a very simple problem. If this is 105 degree, how much will this be? Linear pair. So linear pair means 180 degree minus 105. Right? Which is 75 degree. Now, this angle and this angle are vertically opposite angle. So this angle is going to be 75 degree. This 105 is forming what shape with T? What is the shape it will form with T? F shape. So it's going to be corresponding. So even this is going to be 105 degree. So angle T is also 105 degree. Right? Now, this 105 and this, what is the relation? Straight line, common arm, neighbors, linear pair. So linear pair means 75. Okay? So this is how you have got each and every angle. So you started with a linear pair, got this as 75, then corresponding angles 105, right? Then linear pair or vertically opposite 75, and then again corresponding 75 or linear pair 75, whichever way. There are lots of ways of doing the same problem. Okay? So you can use any of the weapons, as I said, any of the 5 weapons that you use is okay. You can use vertically opposite, you can use linear pair, you can use interior angle property, corresponding angle property, and alternate angle property. Clear? Any of the 5 you have to use and you have to get the measure. Alright? So this is the homework problem now. I have explained to you how to do, you will do it as homework now.